All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for you guys to smash that like button, and if it's your first time here, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and click on that notification bell so you don't miss a single video and you're up to date on our chart analysis here with 42 Vision. So SENS Stock, Muln Automotive Inc. has just hit a dip area once again on the 30-minute. It had not hit one since the 23rd of June. 2 to 3 days later, here we are in another dip area, but at lower levels, breaking through supports. And in my previous videos, I talked about what has made SENS stock start to fall. It started falling since the 23rd, ever since that article and that letter came out to the shareholders from the CEO. And there were some keywords that stood out to me, and I think it stood out to a lot of investors, and that's why things started to get very volatile. And as you could see on the screen, there's a comment here, which we're going to go over later in the video, from one of the viewers breaking down what I was talking about, because I did openly ask for more information if anyone saw it, and then things have sat sideways here since then. We're going to talk about these details and what this viewer shared as you saw it pop up on the screen. But before we break it all down, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home runs of the day were spectacular, beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity over the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord and getting connected over to 42 Vision indicators and our bots. So these are the stocks I mentioned this morning. All three of them gave jumps of 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% plus, but one of them turned out to be a home run, and that was AGRX. And this stock was in the pre-market, sitting sideways under a bear indicator towards the bell, shifted back up after the bell into strength, got that bull indicator and full strength on 42 Vision, giving a highest point of possibility of 70% plus, guys. We strive for opportunities like these every single day. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord and our 42 Vision indicator and our bots as well. We just released our Apple bot this week. Since 10 a.m. it sent us out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward the stock continued to pull downwards and puts were up 100% plus at the highest point of possibility, guys. Once again, you gain access to the Discord, our bots, and the 42 Vision indicators, and you can receive the clarity and edge that it brings over the charts. Once again, that link is down below in the description to the Discord and 42 Vision indicators. We look forward to having you join us, and let's jump into these charts. So here we are with SENS Stock, Muln Automotive Inc. pulling downwards for most of the day. Now, if you really look at the chart, it started to pull down around 10 a.m. And if you just saw the Apple bot, which it wasn't the only stock falling since 10 a.m. Also, the SPY started falling since 10 a.m. Also, the QQQ. All of these bots sent out notifications of bear indicators from those moment forward, and put options were actually going up substantially in a very fast pace, to the point that they're all nearly up 100% plus at their highest points of possibility. So when you look at SENS stock, it is not falling on its own. It's the overall market right now, and it is affecting the overall stocks. This is why having this edge and clarity with 42 Vision makes a big difference, because what's going on with those notifications that we receive of bull and bear indicators can indirectly affect other stocks. Now, apart from that, there have been some direct correlations affecting SENS stock since the 23rd and 24th. As you saw earlier in the video, one of the comments by one of the members, I do appreciate them going out of their way to share their thoughts. And a lot of investors were expecting a lot of hype and speculation and excitement around the Russell addition and the officialness coming up in these days and other catalysts, right? But apart from that, again, this has been a very big concern since that letter came out on the 23rd and 22nd, rolling over to the next day, where the CEO did talk about possible offering. Now, there's no offering right now. There is a vote according to what this member shared, and I appreciate it. Anybody that wants to go ahead and rebuttal this or agree with this or has any more info on it, you're more than welcome to comment down below. They're stating that there's an actual voting date next month, and this is my concern. Since the first day I saw it in the letter that the CEO released and the news came out on the 23rd. and things have been falling since. So today, yes, the overall market is pulling down MULN, but MULN has been going in this direction since this letter came out. And the key word I personally thought a lot of investors were getting shaken up about is a possible offering. That doesn't sound good to anyone. A lot of people don't like that. And the markets are forward looking. So even though the meeting and the voting is not happening right now, it starts getting priced in pretty quickly, guys. And this is why we're back here towards the 120s. And we've been breaking through support levels even before the market fell as much as it fell today. But a lot of stocks are indirectly correlating to the overall market's movement as well. And then on top of that, this letter, right? So a lot of momentum has been hurt, and we've been seeing the shifts. And I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators so we can go ahead and look at this from the bigger picture and more in depth and talk about support and resistance. Now, the bull and bear indicators, you can now gain access to them as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected to the SPY bot, our QQQ bot, and our newly released Tesla bot so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the chart. So MULN stock has been under a bear indicator since yesterday at 10 a.m. on the 27th, going into this lower low as we see it here. It broke through support levels that were key, 136, 137, give or take, and it came down towards the 120s and 130s, broke below it, and here we are at 119 today, right? And when we pull up the 4 hour, as you could see in the chart, it's continued that bear indicator pressure since 157, try to come back up, lost momentum yesterday pretty fast, continued downwards, now at a red bar here, and having them pop up back to back, and things are starting to come back down towards where the bull indicator first popped up, which was around $1.12. Now, when you look at this whole entire transition, white with red borders tends to be the dip areas, and once they're followed by a bull indicator, there tends to be a full transition of possible strength when things continue upwards and no bear indicator pops up, right? No bear indicator from this bull indicator, from this dip area to this rip area, which is white with red borders to the bright green, and then things started to go back down, and it did a full transition from the rip area, bright green, to the dip area of white with red borders, bear indicator, no bull indicator, and dominated down, and then a full transition here from this white with red borders into dark green, bright green, and bull indicator, full transition upwards, and now we're having a full transition begin to the downside. We have not hit white with red borders of extreme weakness, but have began from bright green into bright green with red borders, dark green, and red bars, plus that bear indicator popping up as an extra layer of confirmation on the 4 hour. Now, this is not the only indication that's under a bear indicator and time frame. Not only is it the 30-minute, but also on the 1 day, it's been under a bull indicator, and the shifts are getting closer to a possible bear indicator, right? So super important to realize that if this bull indicator gets canceled out pretty quickly with a bear indicator, this momentum is over for now. And the bear indicator is going to end up popping up and dominating the chart and direction like this bull indicator did for the time it lasted, right? Now, if it does not get canceled out, this could all be a fake out and a setup for the next bull run if it does not cancel out the current bull indicator. So super important to keep this in mind. Things are transitioning down with dark green with red borders, and it's coming back to retest where that bull indicator popped up at 116. Now, the last time it did pull down below it, hit lows here of about $1, and things bounced back up, did a full transition from the dip area to a rip area with bright green, did not have continuation, and here we are coming back down. And if this turns into red bars, followed by a bear indicator of extra layer of confirmation on top of one of those, it's going to be very important, and it cancels out this bull indicator. That's the key thing I'm looking at on the bigger picture here on 42 vision. I'm going to be watching the 4 hour as well. And here on the 30-minute, we want to see this break back above 135, where it rejected yesterday going into the aftermarket hours. And today in the pre-market, It rejected it as well. Things continue downwards. Super important for us to be watching that level. I'm going to be watching that big time going into tomorrow. And then the downside, the support is the low so far of 116. If that gets broken through, the next support is down here at 110. And we've talked about this in previous videos. It comes right back down to one of the areas where the bull indicator popped up before pulling back and taking off to $1.70. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below on how you feel about this chart and where things are going. And as I always state, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinions and perspective alone and going over what 42 Vision and the charts are showing. But I could be completely wrong, and I share daily everything that's going on within the charts, and we look at what 42 Vision is showing us. And right now, Muln stock is in a dip area. It doesn't guarantee that there's always a reversal when there's a dip area. But as you see in the most previous one here, in the most recent one, there was a reversal. And in the previous one way back here since June 14th. And then also here on the 10th, you could see that some are weaker than others. Some are stronger. And this one was pretty weak as well. And tomorrow will be significant. And I'm going to be watching those resistance and support levels.